When it comes to health, myths have a history of persisting, despite the fact that they have been disproven time and time again by many researchers, scientists, and experts. We'll debunk 20 of those long-held beliefs in the following lines. 1. You should wait at least an hour after eating before going swimming, otherwise you'll get a cramp. This urban legend goes back to the turn of the century. At the time, it was thought that a stomach cramp was produced by the stomach's need for a big amount of oxygenated blood for digesting. In truth, the chances of getting a cramp from swimming after eating are very slim. 2. Organic food doesn't contain pesticides. Even the most careful farmers cannot ensure that their goods will be pesticide-free. Organic produce can surely be contaminated with pesticides by wind and water. Furthermore, while some farms employ organic pesticides instead of synthetic pesticides, they can be much more hazardous. 3. Arthritis is a disease that only affects the elderly. 2/3 of persons who suffer from arthritis are under 65 years old. Arthritis affects people of all ages and comes in over 100 different kinds. Juvenile arthritis, for example, is one of the most frequent illnesses among children, affecting around 3 out of every 1,000 children. 4. Sugar causes hyperactivity in children. No scientific proof exists establishing a relationship between sugar consumption and hyperactivity. However, that doesn't mean that sugar is completely harmless for children. Various studies have shown a link between the consumption of sugary drinks in children and weight gain. 5. Being cold gives you a cold. It is our behavior, not the cold, that creates seasonal sniffles in the winter. We spend significantly more time indoors during the winter months, where the air is recycled, and we are more likely to be in close contact with ill people, aiding the transmission of viruses that cause colds. However, spending a lot of time outside in sub-zero temperatures, which can cause frostbite. It's not a smart choice. 6. Eating carrots helps you to see in the dark. This legend dates back to World War II. It was originally developed by the British government to keep Nazis from learning about a new British radar technology. The technique, which had just recently been developed, made it easier to find and neutralize German bombers throughout the night. The British government did not want the Nazis to know about their creation, so they launched a cunning propaganda operation to keep it hidden. Across the country, signs urging soldiers to eat carrots to improve their night vision were placed. The Nazis began to incur far heavier losses during their night raids, once the radar system was operational. Rather than suspecting radar as the cause of this new phenomenon, they assumed it was due to the British troops' night vision, derived from eating excessive amounts of the orange vegetable. Unfortunately, while carrots are beneficial to our health, they will not assist you in seeing in the dark. One research even found that taking a beta-carotene pill for 12 years did not prevent cataracts from developing. 7. It's fine to eat food you've dropped as long as you stick to the 5-second rule. You will not be protected from germs by picking up spilt morsels within 5 seconds. According to research, certain germs jump onto food that has been spilt on the floor. To put it another way, there is no time when food may be left on the floor without becoming contaminated. 8. Your hair and nails keep growing when you die. Hair and nails appear to continue growing after a person dies. However, this is really an optical illusion created by the scalp and skin drying up. When we die, our hair and nails will stop growing. 9. Eggs are bad for your health. Popular belief would have it that eggs are bad for you because they increase your cholesterol levels. However, researchers have shown that eating up to 12 eggs per week is not bad for your health. Their study showed that eating that many eggs do not increase cholesterol, blood sugar or blood pressure. 10. If you swallow gum, it will stay in your stomach for 7 years. When we were youngsters, we all swallowed gum and were informed that it would stay in our bodies for 7 years. This was enough to make many of us swear off chewing gum in the future. After all, who wants a piece of gum sticking to their stomach for the next 7 years? Gum, on the other hand, is promptly ejected, despite the fact that it takes a little longer to pass through our digestive system. If it is ingested alongside a foreign body, such as a coin or sunflower seeds, it is the only way it may get caught in the digestive tract. 11. You lose 80% of your body heat through your head. Put on a hat or you lose all your body heat? We all heard this as children. However, it is actually scientifically impossible to lose 80% of our body heat through our heads. We lose heat through our heads when we go outside in the cold, simply because the rest of our body is covered in clothing. The same thing would be true if we went out in winter without shoes and socks. 12. Sitting too close to the TV damages your eyes. Many parents are concerned when they see a youngster sitting too near to a television set, fearing that the screen would harm their child's eyesight. The American Academy of Ophthalmology, on the other hand, claims that sitting too close to the television does not harm your eyes, however, it can produce eye strain. 13. If you cross your eyes, they'll stay that way. Even if you cross your eyes really, extremely hard, they will not stay that way indefinitely. For about an hour, you could suffer some spasms or eye strain, but then everything should return to normal. 14. Antiperspirants cause breast cancer. Antiperspirants, by preventing you from sweating, are thought to prevent your body from eliminating toxins, and, as a result, increase your chance of developing breast cancer. However, we sweat mostly to cool down our bodies, not to expel dangerous chemicals. According to the Canadian Cancer Society, there is no relationship between antiperspirant usage and breast cancer. 15. Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis. Cracking your joints will not raise your chances of developing arthritis. The popping of bubbles in your synovial fluid, a material present in your joints that, among other things, reduces friction between the bones, causes the noise we hear. 16. AIDS was transmitted to people through sexual contact between humans and monkeys. According to the most widely accepted explanation among medical experts, the first humans who contracted AIDS did so by hunting and eating contaminated monkey flesh. Another hypothesis claims that a hunter caught the virus by coming into touch with an infected monkey's blood, which entered his system through a cut. Whatever the case may be, the claim that AIDS initially developed in humans after a monkey had sex with a person is completely untrue. 17. Vaccines weaken your immune system. Despite receiving more vaccines than their parents or grandparents, children today do not have poorer immune systems, according to recent research. They're also not at a higher risk of developing illnesses. 18. Green mucus is a sign of infection. Green-looking mucus, on the other hand, would appear to indicate a more serious infection than yellow or clear mucus. The quantity of immune system cells involved in battling an infection, not the severity of your ailment, determines the color of your mucus. As a result, someone suffering from a basic cold may have green mucus. 19. Chocolate is a powerful aphrodisiac. Chocoholics will be disappointed to learn that this delicacy is not an aphrodisiac. There is no biological difference between women who consume chocolate and those who don't, according to research. This delicious treat may only have a psychological influence on libido at most. 20. You should drink 8 glasses of water a day. There is no scientific evidence that we should drink 8-ounce glasses of water each day to be healthy. Women should drink 2.7 liters of water per day, while males should drink 3.7 liters, according to research.